Hello and welcome to Give and Take, the virtues in life. And today's topic is journey. And before we go to meet with our wonderful guest today, I just want to say I was in London for a little while, just came back about a week now. And this hat that I'm wearing, I got that in London in Ridley Road. And anyone in London knows where Ridley Road is, Ridley Market. And there was this wonderful lady from Africa, and she designs these hats, and then she puts whatever embellishments that you want on them. Unfortunately, I don't have her credentials because it's on the phone that I had, and the phone decided it wanted to stay in London. So, I do not have her credentials, but I want to thank her. I have another one that I will show off at the next interview. But I had a wonderful time there, meeting up with friends, and I haven't seen in 40 years. I know I don't look that old. And also family. It was very nice being there and being with the spiritual family as well, and supporting them in every way that I could. So anyway, now we are going to go into our wonderful guest who's going to introduce herself. So welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Okay.
Yes, my name is Kim GoodLook Seabrook.
Lovely.
Poet, motivational speaker, radio personality, mentor, lover, friend, sister, all that good stuff.
Great. So journey, Kim, tell us about that wonderful journey. I think that we spoke about this. What would be a good name for the show, good title? And we said journey because you've had an incredible journey that's very inspirational for many.
Absolutely.
So if you want to start about this
Yeah, I mean, the journey,
it
it goes way, way back, obviously, right? You know, your life, I mean, from a childhood to an adult, child to teenager to an adult, but my most recent journey is losing my job.
Okay.
And that has been the best thing that has ever happened to me. I know some people get depressed when they get fired, you know. At first it was a little bit upsetting because I know that I did my work, you know, and I know that it was more political than what they said it was.
Right.
So that was the hurting part of the situation, but realizing that there's a bigger purpose out there, which is to motivate and inspire and teach and reach our people, then that's what it was meant to be.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, so tell us how from there what transpired from, you know, having lost your job, what transpired. Excuse me, what's transpired from there? Yeah,
well, I was already doing my poetry, and again, I think that is the main reason why I got fired from the job, was to put my all into it. From there, I've been traveling, I've been doing a lot of shows, performing. I also interview a lot of great people and iconic people.
Excellent.
Yeah. It's just been very inspirational, the people's heart that I touch and the other people that I motivate.
Right.
So those things, that's been part of that journey.
So now I've been following you on Facebook, and you, what I like about you, and I was sharing that with somebody, is that it's good to share both the good and the bad, but you only, well, let's say the good and indifferent, because there really is no bad.
Right.
And so when you're sharing the good, you're sharing it to inspire others of, look at me, I've done this, I was here, but look where I am now. And also the indifferent, you share if you feel that souls will benefit from it. And that's what you do.
Right.
And so, you know, some people say, well, your life looks so perfect, is it all that way? No.
Right.
But I'm not going to share all the stuff that's not going to make you feel any better.
Exactly.
I'm only going to share if you will be inspired by it. And that's what you do, Kim. And that's what I like about that. You put it out there and you just share everything. So share some of the things that you've been putting on Facebook on why you feel that you need to share those things.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, with not going back to work, I lost my house. You know, I had to leave my son in Connecticut to finish his last year of high school, sacrificed a lot of things, time, money, stability. It's been very, very rough. Homeless for almost 2 years, which I am no longer.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Congratulations.
So it's been a month that I've got my new place, so that's a blessing. But the sacrifices have been worth it, you know, and that's why I try to teach and let people know that it doesn't matter what you're going through. You're going to have to lose some things, but it's all about what you gain back in return.
And
it's not
bigger,
material.
the gain is much more bigger than what the loss is.
Absolutely.
And so once we can see that, we can move forward and stay committed to our beliefs and what we feel is something that we need to do. And you've done that, Kim.
Thank
and so
you.
It's not easy.
No, it hasn't been easy.
Because, I mean, we have been molded into believing that we have to have a job, a 9-to-5 job to pay the bills.
Go
we have to do that.
You got to do
Got to do all that.
Yeah.
But it's not all of our journey.
Exactly.
And you've proven that it's not all of our journey by staying committed to what you believe in.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
So how is it for your son and, you know, like your family? How is it for them in regards to, you know, did they go against what you were doing?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, my son didn't understand at first because I'm a go-getter, I'm a hustler. I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that, you know, me and my son are good because that's, you know, that's who's in the household.
Right.
And he was like, what do you mean you're not going to look for a job? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Like, son, just watch. I promise you. And he has watched, and he has supported me all the way. And in return, I've inspired him. So he has been doing his music.
Excellent.
He's on a web series right now, which is one of the very popular ones. He's doing really good. It comes natural to him. So yeah, I've inspired him in the long run.
You have inspired him, and you've inspired many others out there. And so he's able to do what he needs to do, and you're supporting him.
Absolutely.
And so it's just a wonderful chain reaction of positivity,
right? Right. Don't want him to be 41 and realize that, you know, I should have done this. And you're 19, go out and do it now. Get it while you can.
Excellent. So at this point, we'll look at the first picture that we have that you've given us to show. Okay, wonderful. Where is this now, Kim? Share about
this is at the National Black Theater in Harlem. So I was actually going to visit a friend of mine. Her screening was about a life story of her. Her name is Ty Powell. The film is called For the Love of Music. Very, very, very inspirational woman. Beautiful.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
And I see that you're very supportive of others, and through that support is where you've been sort of pulled in to do other things, and I've seen that, and that's what we're supposed to do.
We're
not supposed to feel any kind of way,
about us.
because jealousy is a terrible thing.
Exactly.
And it's the thing that will ruin all of us. One of the things, it's because, I mean, I see it, I go through it, I feel it, and it's not necessary because we all have our own individual journeys.
And it's just up to you to pursue it.
That's it, your own journey. Don't look at me.
Mine,
I'm not looking at you.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
I say that all the time, yes.
So I see that. It's like when I first met you, we was at this vision board party. And right away, I just said, this is a soul that I want to get to know.
Yeah, we connected
and we connected
immediately.
Right away. And then I connected you to somebody else, and that transpired into something else for you.
Absolutely.
And so if I had held on to that vice of jealousy, then what's happened for you would not have happened for you in regards to collaborating with her and saying, this is Kim's, this ain't mine. It's got nothing to do with me. And I like that. So we need to celebrate in that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So now some wonderful new things have been happening for you in regards to your transitioning into a new career and different. So tell us about that.
Yeah, I'm mentoring young adults with autism.
Great.
So yeah, and all of them are creative in their own way. Some are artists, some are authors. Some love comic books, you know. So yeah, some are writers. So it's really, really good. It's inspiring. It's uplifting. Just recently started.
Excellent.
So
excellent.
yeah, just another heart-filling, thing to do for my life.
And you're just such that wonderful energy and that calmness and that supportiveness.
Thank you.
That they'll do very well, you're being in their presence and supporting what, creativity that they have.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So that's wonderful. Now, you're also doing a radio show or something?
I do have a radio show. It's called Keeping It 100 with Kim and Della. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Almost 2 years, about a year and a half.
Oh, okay.
So it's really, really really, we have some great people on there. We started with IAX's radio, now we're with the Matrix Studio. So some changes, but some overall great people that we're surrounded by.
Excellent, excellent. So what do you do on that show? Do you interview people?
We interview, and we just natural, just keep it natural. And we have our DJ Face. So he plays music, you know, we interact with our people through live stream as well.
Right.
So we just want everybody to be happy and comfortable and just enjoy it.
Excellent. Okay, at this point we'll see the second picture. We'll talk about that wonderful picture. Okay, lovely. Are those boots you're wearing?
It is. Yeah, they are boots I'm wearing.
Very nice. So share about this wonderful picture.
Another event that I went to go support another sister of mine. Her name is Nicole Watson, also known as Artist Up. She's an actress, also a poet as well. Yeah, so I went to go support her for her film. And that one was called, oh, don't kill me, Nicole, I'm sorry. But yeah, just
You're okay.
But yes, so we went to go support another beautiful, wonderful sister of mine.
Excellent. All right, so now we'll see the first video clip and then we'll discuss that. Thank you.
I make $10 an hour. Disconnection notice I'm about to be without power. No heat in the house cause I live in the slums. Digging in my pocket I keep coming up with crumbs. Baby mama's taking me to court but she gets Section 8. If I can't afford to pay, I'll be an inmate with a roommate locked up somewhere upstate. I'm trying to increase my compensation, trying to build a foundation, trying to work on my creation, cause I'm tired of picking cotton on this goddamn plantation. Not being seen as a human, but more of an expectation. Not realizing the minority man has his limitations. I could take but so much shit from you. I bite my tongue, do as you say, and not one time can you pat me on the back and say you did a great job today. Then I come home to nothing but complaints. She wants to debate when all I want is a goddamn plate. Did you ask me about my day and how I'm doing? Did you know I got pulled over by the cops cause I'm black while I'm moving? Because apparently I'm a threat is what I was told. The reality is I'm a king that was robbed of his riches and golds. Now I can't even walk down the street with a hoodie on my head to protect me from the cold. Scared I'm gonna get gunned down cause some folks are just too damn bold. Bold enough to take my life. Take me away from my kids and my goddamn wife. I don't have the same opportunities as Bob. They don't consider me and my skin good enough for promotions at my job. I'm trying to feed my family, so sometimes I may have to come up with another hustle. Whether selling CDs or selling some loosies, I'm a man, so I gotta put in that extra muscle. Does it mean that I don't wanna live? Hell no. What I'm asking is to be left alone. Left alone to survive, to strive, to stay alive, with some goddamn dignity and some goddamn pride.
Wonderful, Kim. Now, this is would resonate with a lot of people who have been dealing with these kinds of struggles.
Yeah.
So I want you to talk about that and why you decided it was something you wanted to...
it actually makes me a little teary-eyed because raising a 19-year-old son, black male, I started writing, it took me about a month to write this poem, actually. So when I started it, I just wanted to do something from the male's perspective. Sure. You know, us as women, we always have women empowerment groups. We always have, you know, stuff, tea parties or whatever, just stuff that women can always do together and lift each other up. It's hard for our men, one, because of their pride sometimes.
Right, exactly.
And, you know, they act like they don't need help when sometimes they do.
Exactly.
But then, especially being in New York City, not just New York, but it was heavy on the media when all of our brothers was getting murdered by the police. Yeah. So I wrote, like I said, I started writing it first, and then when that happened, it just hit me to finish writing it and writing it. It's sad. It's sad.
And there's some real home truths in there in regards to how one has to live a life and how to exist in a life. And so I think what you've done, Kim, is that you've given your son like something to say, okay, this is something that can happen, but it doesn't mean I have to be in that.
Exactly.
I can come out of that and I can do some great things.
Absolutely.
So it's good to be, sometimes it may seem a little graphic or a bit like, it doesn't matter. It's important to share for that, him and others to see, yeah, this is my life, but you know what? There's another way out of this.
Absolutely.
So kudos for you.
Thank you.
I mean, and
Thank you.
I don't know, I tend to have this effect on people. They want to cry when they're very present, but it's good. It's a cleansing. It's releasing things. Because we tend to be like this strong, want to be like perfect person, but it's good.
Oh, nothing's ever perfect.
Nothing's ever perfect, is it?
Not at
so
all.
Lovely. So Kim, tell if there was somebody out there who wanted to do what you were doing, what advice would you give them?
Prepared to be financially struggling. Prepared to deal with a lot of people who will have jealousy against you. I don't never like to use the word hate. You know, people are like, oh, they hate, because the love is so overwhelming, though. So if there's, you know, there's a lot of good souls out there who do support you.
Yes.
But you have to believe in yourself.
Exactly.
Because if you don't believe in yourself and you don't show that, you know, you're your number one supporter, then anybody else is not going to support you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so it's just to stay strong in what you believe is your journey.
Basically.
And I'm emphasizing the word journey because it's important for people to know it's yours. It's nobody else's.
Right. Everybody has their own journey.
And so we have to support that, even though it may be something that we don't like, it may be something we're totally against. We just have to look at it at a very detached state and say, you know what, that's their part.
Right.
I may not like their part.
Right.
I don't have to like
You
their
don't have
part,
to.
but it's theirs. It belongs to them, and I'm going to use the word Om Shanti.
Exactly.
I'm a peaceful soul.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to let it disturb me.
Nobody, right.
Exactly.
Right.
All right, we'll see the second video now.
Okay.
Home of the Empire State Times Square Statue of Liberty. Home of hip-hop, fashion, culture, and creativity. Home of the rich residing in a penthouse with an overview of the city. Home of the poor, residents unknown praying for a possibility. Home of the influence, bad behavior, and negativity. Home of the women who are proud of their ethnicity. Home of the man irresistibly secure in his masculinity. Home of the 5 boroughs where you find versatility. Home of the people fighting every day for stability. Home of the streets where you find strength and agility. Home of the hunger and addicted which creates hostility. Home of the disabled trying to find their ability. Home of the blind trying to find their visibility. Home of the immigrants working to gain their adaptability. Home of the hustlers, the players, and the street activity. Home of the everyday 9-to-5ers working to keep on the electricity. Home of the strugglers working on making their dreams a reality. Home of the young girls learning to deal with their sexuality. Home of the tragedy that happened on 9/11, where many were killed and the living were left with depression. Home where you live your life every day as a lesson. Home of the unemployed, they won't hire a convicted felon. Home of the white-collar man in his Wall Street profession. A man playing drums in a train station as a form of expression. Home where loyalty is something we never want to have to question. Home of the parks where we had parties and rap battle sessions. Home of my life where I grew up and why I appreciate you constantly. Who I am, who I become, who I was, who I want to be. Home New York where I bleed, breathe, and I feel you consciously. Home is where I love and where my heart beats solidly. Home sweet home, New York City.
You know, it's interesting when I was looking at that and I said, how timely, because we're actually going into 9/11 soon. And you had mentioned that. I said, this is so timely that you have that on the video and that we're going into that. And there were many different aspects of this so-called reality of life. And talk a little bit about that video.
Well, I've lived several places, but New York is my birthplace, where I was raised.
That, yes.
And it's made me who I am today. I lived in Atlanta for 7 years prior to moving back home. Prior to that, I mean, quite a few other places too, you know. But that was my longest time in Atlanta for 7 years, outside of New York. And had to come back. And since I came back, it's been nothing but, I mean, growth.
Good.
And fun and love, and this is where it's at.
So you were a part of what you were saying in the video.
Absolutely.
Right, and so how'd that make you feel in regards to being a part of it, and now not being a part of it? Now you're the detached observer because you don't know more part of that.
No more part of that.
So how
Absolutely.
does it feel?
Well, especially the felony part, because I am a convicted felon. When that happened, it was very, very hard for me to get a job. Really difficult. They would say, one person would say, we want you, but the higher person won't take you because you have a felony.
Right.
So it's not like I didn't have the experience, but just because you have a felony. So how do you expect to grow, and how do you expect to move on? And this is what our people deal with.
And to be honest with you, they're felonies also. They just haven't been
convicted.
Found. Exactly. So let's get real.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
It's all good,
yeah.
right?
So yeah, that's one part of that poem that, you know, definitely is a highlight of my life in this journey.
Yes, yes. And I want to be real in regards to that, because they're there and they didn't get there by being perfect.
Right.
And so they just want to close the door because of what? They're looking at themselves, really.
Exactly.
And so who wants to look at yourself?
Right.
See,
especially when it's not a good self.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, when you really
mistakes, you know,
we all make, none of us perfect, and so we learn and grow from that.
Right.
And so we have to support people for whatever happened. And it's no mistake; it's part of the journey.
Exactly.
And so it's this journey of growth. You know, my life hasn't been entirely perfect either. There's been things in it, and I just grew from it. I moved forward from it, and now I'm in a place that I wouldn't change for anything.
Right.
And it comes at a price, Kim, in regards to your family and friends, and some who don't understand it. And that's okay, I can love you from a distance.
Right.
We spoke
about that, yeah.
I can love you from a distance. Doesn't
I
mean I'll
love
stop
you.
loving you.
Over there.
Okay.
Right.
I still have that pure love for
Absolutely.
you, but I'm not
But
going
I
to
don't
deal
have
with
to.
that. No, I refuse to, because this is my journey and that's yours.
And
if you can't appreciate it and respect yourself, and it's not even, you know, I was discussing that the other day, it's like, it's not, you don't have to respect me. You have to have self-respect.
Right.
And once you have that,
then it all goes natural. It all goes hand in hand.
Kim. Exactly. So do you have any last things that you'd like to say, Kim, in regards to reaching the viewers, and anything that you'd like to share about yourself? Because you've been very open, and not many people would share like what you have. And so it's appreciated, and it will be appreciated by many.
Yeah. I've been through possibly everything that you can imagine. You know, like I said, homelessness, domestic violence, even had my fair share of, you know, drug partying and, you know, doing some stupid things. But it's all about learning from those experiences.
Exactly.
Don't beat yourself up. You know, we have to grow. We have to do, like we just said, you know. Don't beat yourself up. Figure out what your goal is, where you want to end up in life. Work on it, and just keep pushing and don't stop. I do want to thank my family for the major support and love.
It's fantastic.
Couldn't have gone through it without them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to give a shout out to Mom, because she's here. You don't see her, but
Mom
she's
is
here.
here,
And we're going to have a nice little celebration with her right when we leave here.
Absolutely.
Yes, because it's her birthday week. So thanks, Mom, for being here.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. What I want, please, now's a good time for you to share about how to reach you, how to get in touch with you.
Okay.
You're letting those tears flow.
These tears,
lovely.
You.
Oh, I love you, my sweet sister. I love you.
It's been a journey.
Yes.
It's been a journey, for real. So, and it's an honor to be here with you. So
Thank you. I feel the same way, too,
we
to be in your
connected
presence. Yes.
the beginning. So excuse me, I'm glad I don't wear makeup, because then I have all these, little white
black lines coming.
You can reach me at Instagram at GoodLook Seabrook. That's Seabrook, which I'm sure that's going to show, right? You can also get my CD.
Oh, yes.
It's called Memory Lane.
Very nice, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes, I have to get another one.
Thank you. Memory Lane. You can get it on Apple Music, Spotify. It's on Tidal. It's on YouTube.
Excellent.
It's, everywhere.
Very good.
And Facebook is Kim Seabrook. And you can see my radio show on thematrixstudios.com. And just all over. Just once you follow me, you'll love to be on a journey with me, because that's where I take you.
Exactly. And you do. You have to go on her Facebook, because that's like the best place to really get insights about Kim. And you go into a very deep spiritual space, Kim. And I look at it and I say, wow, she's there. She's in another plane. She's in that. She's not here right now. She's connecting and bringing forth the manifestations of what you're experiencing.
Exactly.
And it's wonderful. It's really deep. I say, all right, let me go on to Kim and see what Kim's doing.
I know, and when I log off for like a week, I have people saying, no, why
right. You say, where's she
when I'm
going?
having a bad day at work, I go on your page. That's so beautiful. That right there is so beautiful.
Yeah, when
and
I
they
see
always
that.
talk about the plantation I'm on, because that's when I used to work. That's what my main thing. Head into the plantation, going to pick this cotton and, do this real quick. But
Right.
it was just temporary.
And those are all survival techniques. When we have something like that to get us through those turbulent times or things that we don't want to do, then you twist it and say, okay, this is what I have to do. I have to whatever.
All right.
This is part of it's part of life, and I have to do it. And I'm just like, Kim, I'm just, I appreciate you. That's what I want to say.
Thank you.
I appreciate you very much.
Thank you.
And what you've given to so many out there, because you have done a lot. And you've really gone in that space of connecting with the source to give you the insights and to lead you and to give you the love that you need.
Absolutely.
Love like none other.
Absolutely.
And that's the
Self-love.
only way, self-love, you know? And so once you have that, you can just love anybody and anything without being attached to them, without creating, without having any sorrow.
Right.
And so you're teaching your son that. And so you're really giving him an excellent foundation in life. And so congratulations.
Thank you.
And kudos to you,
Thank
Kim.
you so much. There is one thing I did want to say, because just what we just talked about. No matter what you're going through doesn't mean you can't give back. And again, it doesn't mean, I've heard people say, well, I don't have this in my cabinet. All right, well, you may not still have anything in your cabinet if you keep talking like that. If you got 2 cans, of something, doesn't mean you can't share one. Like,
Exactly,
come on,
it's true.
Or even your time or your ear or, a hug or something like that, or,
Words and thoughts will manifest. You don't have. So if you say you don't have it,
no wonder why.
you're not gonna have it.
Yeah, and it was a time where we were. I was living in a shelter, and we were helping families who there was like 17 families who lost their apartments in the building right before New Year's, and I woke up and they were checking on me. I said, I'm good. I said, but wait a minute. I said, my people's around the corner ain't good. And me and my girlfriend got together. We raised like $40,000 for these families.
Wow, fantastic.
It was two particular families that we were helping. One was the Mensa family. His son went in to save people. He was in the Army, went to save in. On the 4th person, he died in the fire. Then another family, the young family, they had 5 apartments in that building. They lost each and every apartment. Not only did they lose an apartment, they lost the whole family.
Right.
So, but it didn't matter what I was going through. The point is to just, you go out there and help, and that's it. And don't make an excuse.
Okay, so Kim, we're at the end of this wonderful interview.
Thank you.
So thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
And to the wonderful audience, audience, I can't
Yes.
believe I'm saying audience. Is it audience?
It is.
Viewers?
Yes.
Audience. We have an audience, right?
We do.
And the viewers. Your level of consciousness is the gateway to the future. Thank you.